Hey everybody, Task here bringing you another Starcraft 2 replay. This is World Championship Series. This will be out of America, season number 2. This is game number 2, best of 5 between these two amazing players. First, the Korean player from Team Liquid, Taeja, ranked number 11 in WCS right now, and he's an amazing player. Awesome player, Terran player, and he was definitely impressive last game. Make sure you go watch it before I do any spoilers, but he was able to push right through the Protoss' little ball of death. It was pretty impressive. His opponent from Invictus Gaming is Macsed. Macsed is a Chinese player, ranked 46, and he's pretty impressive so far. I mean, he might not have done as good as he could last game, but they're all in the round of 8, so they're all pretty awesome. Map is Neoplanet S. It's got these high, rich mineral fields right here in the middle, which are very hard to contain, although I like seeing players like the little hidden bases here at the corners. However, this map also has these weird expansions right here where you can come from a different route, so your opponent can come here to attack it, can come here to attack it, so it's a little scary to expand there, but I'm sure the players will do it. Last game started off really slow with these players. Hopefully we get a little bit of a more interesting start. So far it seems like they're both just pretty macro oriented, and they kind of lean towards that, so let's see if they do something different this game. Macsed going ahead with his gateway. Pretty usual. I don't see too many, although that gas is a little... I have to pay more attention. I don't remember the gas being that soon, but I guess he needs it for his cyber core. He needs a mothership core. But the Protoss builds don't seem to change too much. It seems like they kind of have to get their cyber core out to really do as much as they want. Where Terran, here's Taeja with his second base already going. You know, he doesn't even have barracks. I think last game, was the last game or another player where they had like 3 bases before the other player, before they even built the barracks or whatever. It's pretty crazy. Some players can do that because different races you can do different playstyles. It just seems like sometimes the Protoss, you're kind of stuck early on. Like your first maybe 20 resources are the same unless you go for like a really quick expansion. There goes the SCV to go do some early scouting, but Taeja going with a little wall off here, just a little extra precaution. Not going to stop much in terms of Protoss, but can deter any like early zealot pressure. And then he may do a little wall off here, but usually not so much. Not so much. So this is World Championship Series, and I'm trying to debate if I want to do, because I fell so far behind, I wanted to get out like season 3's out, and I mean shoot, this the next 2014 Championship Series is just now starting, so I'll be way behind that. So do I just skip the season 3's and go straight to the championship, which I could do. I'm sure the championship games are exciting. I work, so I don't even know who won any of that stuff. So I try not to look at that before when I get all the replays, and I don't proof check the games or anything. So I don't know anything. All I know is how long they are, and that's it. So besides that, you and me are the same boat. Except I think the only advantage I have is I know how many games of each ones are, because there's kind of I wonder if there's a way. It's probably impossible for me to hide that from myself, but either way, I still don't know who's going to win this game. I don't know what they're going to do, and it's always exciting to me. That's why I haven't watched season 3, America or Korea or Europe, and I might want to watch that. And if I watch it, means I'm going to cast it, because why not? And you guys will get to watch it. Gotta get those pesky rocks, man. Those rocks get in the way. Gotta get them out the way. Here goes the gas from Taeja. A little late again, although maybe it was last game where he had 3 bases and no gas. It's kind of crazy when players can do that. It's like, oh, we'll just go straight Marines and go from there. It's almost a little bit of a wall off. He definitely doesn't want anything going up there, so he's got a stalker and a mothership core. Here comes a little Marine force, although one photon overcharge will stop these Marines real fast. Although so will the stalker with the mothership. There goes the photon overcharge, and that's gonna hurt because the range on it is just so look at that. 3-4 Marines. That is nuts. And this one Marine is not gonna get away. The stalker is just too fast. It's like World of Worlds, this stalker thing chasing them. There it goes. Splatter. The splatter. So that definitely was not worth it. I think if Taeja tried hard, he definitely would have at least killed the stalker. I don't think the stalker could have got away if he wanted to. We got stim pack on the way for Taeja. A couple of supply depots back here, engineering bay. He's, you know, clumping all his supply depots all in one spot. I'm surprised some players don't put him out on the edge, kind of like Protoss do with their pylons. I mean, he's hiding a Stargate, which is interesting, so we're going to see more Phoenix play. But, oh, and there goes the scan. The scan, it's been seen. Phoenixes have been spotted. Let's see if Taeja throws on some missile turrets real fast. Okay, he's pulling back his Marines. Yeah, there goes some more Marines. Some Marines here in the middle line. And there goes one rocket turret. Going up real fast. 2 Phoenixes on the way. Phoenixes are a pretty scary unit. Like I said last game, I don't think they're as productive versus Terran as they are versus Zerg, because Zerg just doesn't have as much anti-air, except for the, you know, Spore Crawler, but this rocket turret is a little bit more powerful. But I mean, the fact that Marines can shoot up and Zerglings can't is a big deterrent for even Phoenixes. And Stim on the way. Robo facility, not much going on. We got ground weapons level 1 almost up, or just started for Protoss, almost done for Taeja here. Because those Phoenixes just trying to do a little proking and prod, and he's going to try to see where the defenses aren't. It's 3 Phoenixes now. He's probably going to wait till about 4 or 5 before he attacks with them. Or he just needs to build up energy so he can do a little bit. Let's see, we got 3 there. Observer chilling at the front of the base, so he's going to see anything come out of Taeja's base. He also saw that SCV go up there, so he could have went and picked it off, but it looks like he's just going to go in and try to do some more damage in the base of Taeja. No, too many Marines. Too many Marines for Macsed, he's going to say. Maybe later. But a couple extra gateways down. Thermal Lance on the way already. You don't even have a Colossus yet, but... Oh, he does have a Colossus. Oops, I guess we missed that. But you gotta have Thermal Lance. And there goes a little attack from Taeja. Let's see if Taeja does anything with it. These Phoenixes are pretty scary too, because they get rid of the medevacs, and you kind of need their medevacs as a Terran player. This is getting pretty big down here. It's quite a few Marines now. There's a Phoenix here, he saw the SCV, he was hunting for it, and he got it. 4 Phoenixes now in the field. This is not that scary of a force, except he has photon armor charge, and of course the Phoenixes can pick up 4 units, which definitely evens the odds quite a bit. But with 2 Colossus now, Thermal Lances are almost done, ground weapons 1 almost done. I don't think Taeja's going to really do much to Macsed right now. Takes a little bit for Terran to get ramped up. They need to get their, you know, 6, 8, 10 barracks up, and they need to be able to start pumping out a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders, and like last game, a lot of Vikings. He needs 8, right? That was the magic number last game. You need about 8 Vikings to really take down those Colossus as fast as you want. There goes another expansion for Taeja, and the Observer is going to see that. So these Phoenixes want to do... Oh, bad flying by Macsed. Almost lost a couple Phoenixes there. Look how fast they went down in health, so you got to be very careful. But so do those dropships. They got the other 1 Super Marine trying to do something. We got to kill. Kill with the 1 probe. Oh, Macsed canceled that. Huh. Oh, rocket turret. Doing work. Taking out the Observer. I think that was Macsed not paying attention, because obviously he can see the missile turret being built, but he's busy elsewhere. So, and here goes the scary pylon of death that's going to keep sending zealots right up this path. And this is a pretty scary ball. Depends on how many Vikings he got. He's got 6 Vikings though. 6 Vikings is quite a bit. And here goes the Phoenixes. Oh, they almost picked up Phoenix. They're going to pick up quite a few ground units, but they had to get out of there. This time, though, looks like Macsed does have quite a bit more stalkers, and you use those stalkers again to pick up the Vikings. Here, the Phoenix is trying to stick up the Vikings, and these reinforcements, Vikings are coming in there. There's a lot of Vikings now. However, Taeja is losing quite a bit. We have 1 army and 1 base, and Taeja's up here. A little base trade. Both players are going to lose their expansion. Looks like Macsed lost his first, and the Vikings won, except the Vikings are just sitting there now. There's no more Phoenixes. The Vikings aren't doing anything. The Zealots here took out all of the SCVs. Look at all the scrap metal on the ground. Here come the Vikings. They have nowhere to attack. Here goes the base trade. That is a lot of damage going on in that base. But it looks like we have a little stall at Taeja base. He took out this expansion. He needs to move in now. He's not paying attention. He should have had the damage already done in his base. Taeja's now running or flying for cover while his units are getting destroyed, but it doesn't look like he did as much damage as he should have up here. He was too busy not paying attention. Look at his units here just not doing anything. He needs to pay more attention. Get his units attacking. He's going to lose the base trade. Still has units in his base. He does have an expansion with just no SCV. Look at these SCVs. Are just Taeja is losing control. I think he's way too distracted. He has units there. He's finally moving these units. He has SCVs here that could be mining, and they're not. Yeah, here comes the Zealots now, but the time those SCVs were sitting there not doing anything, he lost so much. Now Taeja in a lot of trouble because his army did take out both Macsed, but Macsed's army is a lot more scary. The dropships, though, they're going to be doing some work. And Macsed doesn't have a Nexus, so he cannot, Taeja can see everything that Macsed is doing, which is a huge plus, like having like a map pack. There's the units, though. Don't let them get picked off. That's a lot of stalkers. See, Macsed with a lot of stalkers this time. That's going to scare off any type of Vikings that Taeja was going to use. But these Zealots are doing work, and they're cleaning everything up. Taeja needs to get back to his base. Oh my gosh, I'm going to mix them now. Taeja is not going to let the Stargate produce anything else in case Macsed had money, which Macsed does have money, but even though Taeja doesn't know if he had money to at least build a pylon. There goes a scout or a hallucination. He's able to see that Taeja, the sneaky one, did build an expansion here and is doing a little rich mining. However, it looks like he's still losing units now. Finally, Taeja has scared off the Zealots out of his base. However, here comes the army from Macsed scaring off the SCVs and the expansion. However, Macsed has lost almost everything. I mean, you lose all your buildings, you lose the game. So Macsed does have some hidden pylons up here. Nothing there. Oh, he has no probes. That's whoops. Whoopsie. We have 3 barracks being built right here by Taeja. So Taeja is going to try to do something. Oh, he almost built that. Almost destroyed that. All he has to do is destroy Macsed's units. He needs to be able to defend and build things, and he can't right now. He's trying to apply pressure. He needs to get up another command center, which he does. That one landed. The second one's going to land. There goes some mules, so this is going to help out a lot. However, here comes the army from Macsed. Macsed is going to try to end it right here. And he sees these barracks being built down here. This is a huge investment from Taeja. He's going to lose it all. Although these stalkers, yep, there they go, right in there. Oh, the stalkers are undefended, though. If Taeja had enough units, he could definitely take out those Colossus since they're not defended anymore. Only 4 Vikings, though. But they have a pretty good range, and oh, that's a lot of Vikings. That's a lot of stalkers. But in the meantime, Macsed is losing more buildings because he pulled his army down here. There he goes, building the one. So he does have a probe hidden in the base, or hidden in his army here. So, but Taeja's able to see it. You can't hide anything when you have nothing. As you can see, he's 77 out of 8. And Taeja again dropped another base, and he's got a lot of mules going. He has command centers all over the place. Now, Macsed is down to, he has a Phoenix way up here. I'm not really sure why he has that. But he's down to this one pylon. Oh, here it goes. The stalkers are out of position, and Taeja sneaks in and takes up the last pylon. Holy cow. Oh, there's a second pylon being built here, but that was a great snipe by Taeja. It was a good shot. He didn't realize there was another one down there. But he sure did try. He ran in there and tried to do it. That was a great play by Taeja. I mean, he might have lost too much, so he has to be very careful because obviously he's down by triple the amount. And he's trying to mine what he can. He just doesn't have the units to really defend. But there is the one pylon sitting here, and here comes the units from Taeja again, going to try to see something. He knows there was a pylon down here, or there was a probe down here, and he found it. Found the pylon. Can they destroy it in time? Oh, he's building a simulator. Oh, I guess he doesn't really have to scout it. Obviously, I don't know why I say that. He doesn't have a nexus, so he can't even hide when he builds things. Look at this one zealot up here. Look at a lot of barracks going on here. Taeja needs to be careful because he's about to lose his command centers again. Oh, and there goes the units taking out the simulator, and Macsed building another unit. So Taeja needs to be careful because he is running out of units, and Macsed isn't. So as long as Macsed can defend... Oh, the mule is dying right there. So he's got to be very careful, though. Macsed still has 300 minerals. He can't build a nexus, but he just has to be able to stop Macsed from destroying his buildings, which is hard because his army is so big. However, if that one building is there, I would probably send those command centers all the way to the right to build. Although he doesn't split up his army a bit, and because he knows that Taeja's army isn't big enough to attack this. So it looks like Macsed, in the war of attrition, is going to be in a pretty good position right now. These command centers move so slow that Taeja cannot build more units, and the hallucination just saw all these barracks right now. However, Taeja's getting up another command center. But here come the stalkers, with the Colossus, and again, there's nothing Taeja can do. His unit doesn't have enough of a army here to really slow down Macsed's units. That command center is going to burn. This command center is going to burn if he doesn't be careful. If he isn't careful. A lot of barracks is flying in the air. There's this one Phoenix, though. I wonder if Macsed's keeping that hidden on purpose so that he can try to get rid of the last buildings. He wants to finish off Taeja's army before he does that, but still some Vikings. Looks like he had to cancel that because the observer. There's the factory. That's a barracks floating around. We got SCVs sitting up here. This is just a silly game. Holy cow! I did not expect this. Really, it's going to be whichever player kind of just gives up. Whichever one just gets annoyed and just does. I mean, obviously Macsed has the military, but Taeja does have something. You know, he does have money. He can build a command center. He has command center, so he can definitely put it somewhere. It's just so silly. These Vikings are trying to do something. They would love to take out some Colossus. This is the last building for Macsed, but Macsed does have money to build more units or more buildings. It's just a very silly game because I think see the units. Yeah, we're right down to 4 Marines. Oh, there go the Stalkers picking off the Vikings. That is huge because here comes this last Phoenix can now finish off these buildings because all of the there's still one Viking, but he's almost dead. Because of 4 Marines and the SCVs, that's all Taeja has. He's down to 11, so never give up in this game, guys. Holy cow, Macsed definitely proving that right now because he did not want to give up, and he still has quite a little force here defending this. And it would take Taeja a lot to build up, and he's not going to be able to because Macsed's not going to let him. Macsed's going to keep on chasing his units everywhere. He still has Observer somewhere. There's the Observer. He still has Hallucinates going off. There goes a stem for the dead units, and it looks like Taeja might call it in because he has nothing now. Yeah, Taeja just lost the game. A game that he probably... I think he made too many errors when he was attacking Macsed's base, where his units were just standing around and they just weren't doing anything. It was kind of sad. So we have 1 Viking, we have 0 Vikings, and there's the Phoenix for the win right there. Phoenix will finish off all the units that are flying around or trying to fly around. Yeah, it might take a while if Taeja doesn't leave. There goes GG. Taeja goes down. I think a little too many mistakes from Taeja when they were doing that base trade. Obviously, there's a lot going on, so there's only so much you can do, but you got to pay attention to your armies. He could have taken a lot more of Taeja's base, or a lot more of Macsed's base with his units just sitting there. So, and he had like 8 SCVs sitting over the side not mining, and little mistakes, guys, little mistakes. Anyways, hope you guys liked it. This was game number 2, and I will see you guys next time.